FedEx had some management changes earlier, or back in December, and that kind of started this real kind of shift that we've seen, and that's why the stronger stock moves. But more recently, I think we were just highlighting the top line. Top line is flat, so that's kind of the worst we've seen since the Great Recession. But that was kind of in line. It was really a lot of cost-specific issues.
Why aren't they growing revenues?
Well, revenues, as we just heard on the global economy, is slowing. We do a truck shipper survey every 2 weeks, and it is kind of at multi-year lows. We just bounced off of those multi-year lows last issue, but it is definitely a weak environment. We saw that with ISM dropping below 50. So I'd say it's a weak environment, but again, that was relatively expected within the numbers.
Exactly.
For FedEx specifically, the reason why you're seeing such a drastic move, it was really on the cost side.
And what's happening on the cost side? I mean, what needs to be done now for this company to be able to show investors we're investable again?
Yeah, well, so there are a couple of things, right? So one is you've lost some of the Amazon business right now, and they, when you lose those incremental revenues, which are highly profitable, even if it was for costs when you brought them on board, now you're losing that. Other revenues have to step up and take those costs. So that means you're losing highly profitable revenues off the top. And then they've got some other cost issues they've got going on with TNT, which they acquired 2 years ago now, still not fully integrated. So you've got higher costs than expected at Express. You've got you're still bringing on modernizing some of your hubs, so automating the hubs, bringing on more aircraft, and they haven't taken a step back from increasing that capital spend. So they kept it at $5.9 billion for this year and for next year. I think investors want to see some of that culled in a bit if you're not going to be producing the top line growth.
How much ground has FedEx lost to competitors here lately?
So it's a good question. I mean, obviously, Amazon has started up over the last couple of years, 5 years, where they've really launched more central hubs. They've taken a lot of volume from the post office. We're seeing UPS continue to win. They actually posted 4% volume growth at the ground, despite a massive increase on next day air volumes from the move from Amazon going to next day air. So you're seeing, I think, others continue to grow those volumes while FedEx is struggling. And although on the ground, they did post 7.5% volume growth on the ground. So you're seeing, as you mentioned, good ground growth. It's more on the expense.
And again, a pretty good sign for the economy. So we know as well when it comes to Europe, he talked about the challenges there from slowing China. They also have this TNT business, which I believe had a big cyber attack that might have derailed some of their hopes for that business as well. Is that looking like more obviously than just a temporary setback? And should they be? How do they fix that?
Yeah, they got hit by a cyber attack. It really eliminated all knowledge of who your customers were, how to move the freight. So you had to do everything manually. I don't think they kind of came clean as far as how quickly and how badly they were damaged by that. And so they've been trying to make back the share that others have won, like UPS and DHL, have taken that share in the interim. And so it's harder to win back that share when others are providing that service. Now you've got to integrate. They still haven't finished integrating their network with TNT's. So you've got to blend that and then regain the share, which they haven't done yet.